Hey everyone, I'm Grace.
I'm Sophia.
And we're all seniors at WPI. And today we will be telling you about industrial engineering. So industrial engineering is what links people, technology, and business together. In a company or business, industrial engineers serve as a bridge between management and engineering, and they work to analyze, adapt, and even create new and improved processes. They identify the people, materials, technology, and information needed for a process to be efficient. The goal is to determine how all of these resources should interact so they are the most effective. Here at WPI, IE majors take a wide range of courses to learn about all the different areas in which industrial engineering can be applied. We're going to touch upon some of them during this presentation.
So listed here are most but not all of the IE related courses one must take at WPI. They cover a large range of topics, not all of which are related to each other. For example, in scripting for productivity improvement, you learn how to become an Excel whiz, and you learn some really cool keyboard shortcuts that can make using a computer so much quicker, and you're introduced to a little bit of coding like Python. In practical optimization, you use a software to figure out how much of something is needed to produce the best result. For example, say you're in a store and a line keeps forming and you're trying to figure out how many workers you need to hire so that you can satisfy customers. Well, on the opposite end, you don't want to hire too many workers because then it's just going to cost you too much money. So in practical optimization, you're trying to find that sweet middle spot that allows you to satisfy customers, but also not hire too many people. In work systems and facility planning, you learn how to create the most efficient floor plan. So for example, in a factory, you try to figure out which machine should be placed where so that you're not walking back and forth and wasting too much time or energy. In simulation modeling and analysis, you use another software to create a virtual version of a process. So in the software, you can use little icons to represent people or materials going back and forth from one station to another. And you can see if a line starts to form at one station because there's not enough resources available. Overall, the most important message is that all these courses have the goal of being the most efficient one can be while needing the least amount of work and resources.
So how do IE students at WPI apply their knowledge? Well, we're going to start talking about some projects that show how WPI students in IE transfer their knowledge to real life projects. One project that was conducted was on the mailroom at WPI. A big problem with the mailroom was that it was very inefficient. For example, workers would constantly be walking back and forth and remove packaging for students, and there was a lot of space being taken up with physical mailboxes that were barely used by students. Having workers walk back and forth over and over was completely a waste of time, energy, and money. It makes the customer wait longer, the worker has to exert more energy than needed, and the extra time could be spent doing something that adds more value to the mailroom, such as sorting mail. All those mailboxes that nobody used took up space and that could be better used for seatings or offices. Eventually, they eliminated the extra time, energy, and space to improve the overall process. Another project was conducted on the WPI COVID testing process. When it was first set up, there were a lot of workers that were standing around. Students had to walk through a maze of ropes before being directed to a testing station, and students had to sit down at low tables to take the test. The school had to pay for all those extra workers, more time than it was necessary to be taken out of the students' day by having to walk through the long maze, and more time was wasted as the students had to set down all of their stuff. Decreasing the number of workers, getting rid of the maze of ropes, and having tables that the students could stand at to take their test helped the students get through the testing process faster, which allowed the school to do more tests at a time. The improvements and suggestions described in all these projects all come from observing the process, testing different steps of the process, and talking with people who are actively involved in the process, and eventually created an improvement to these processes. Now we'll talk about career options that are available for IE majors. Being an IE major means there's a lot of flexibility in career offerings. IE majors can go into about pretty much any industry they want, and because there's in every industry there's a need to improve the way things are already being done. For example, in healthcare, IEs figure out the best way to schedule people and the best way to use all the rooms and equipment available. In manufacturing, IEs do quality control on products to make sure only the best is being sent to customers. In the food industry, IEs make sure they're getting the right materials from suppliers at the right time. And in insurance, IEs help improve the process of documenting issues and getting people the coverage plans they need. Being the most efficient means saving money, which most businesses care about. Therefore, the opportunities are endless in the work environments that industrial engineers can work in with an industrial engineering major.
So in all, if you're looking for a major and you have organization skills, people skills, are able to multitask, can collaborate with others well, and or have good leadership skills, industrial engineering could be the major for you.